to an extent, yes, if we take it literally, but yes, context is a little bit different. Kritika, something generic the receiver might identify with. Yes, so more or less you people understood, right? Some of you are taking the literal sense also, but then more or less it is like to make the conversation personal. See, what is a cold email? Cold email or cold message, when you are sending that to someone, you are sending it to a person who doesn't know you, right? That person doesn't know anything about you, and randomly you are sending a mail or message to that person. Now you also receive a lot of messages and mails in your inbox every day, right? And how many you reply? Almost negligible, right? Usually you don't even reply. So unless you make it personal, they will not reply, right? So that is the context here, right? Because you are sending a message to someone who don't know you, you have to make it personal. And I will elaborate further about that, how to make it personal, how you can do it. So obviously you cannot understand or you cannot know what the person is wearing, right? Green tie is already setting a context, right? On only setting a context. It is not about like you would write something personal to an extent that what the person is wearing, how they look, this, that, whatever, right? It is not about that. The message we are trying to convey here with the green tie is how to make that so personal that the person gets freaked out and they are desperate to respond to your message or email. And you can make a network, you can start interaction with them, you can start getting work, clientage, many other things from them, right? That is the context. Now, is it clear? Not clear, guys. The basic idea of cold email, C or NC in the chat box, clear, not clear? Everybody is clear, right? Basic concept is clear. Okay, superb. Now this will be the structure of today's session. I will teach you cold email, how to write cold emails, which includes like introductions, body of the email and everything. I will give you two templates which you can customize. Self-explanatory videos which are about two tools which you can use to find out someone's email. So these are self-explanatory videos. That is why I will not cover that today. I don't want to waste your time. We have limited time. So I will not waste that. I will give you that. And if you have any problems with that, you can connect with my team and they will give you explanations and everything, whatever is required. But more or less, you will not need their assistance also after watching those videos. So that I will not teach. And then obviously I will teach you how to connect with international clients, how to pitch your work to those people. That is what we will do, right? So let's start, guys. And then why we are writing a cold email, right? So one thing is cold email I have explained already, right? We are sending a message or email to a person who doesn't know us, and then we want to make it personal. But why we are writing it? There are two, three reasons behind that. First is it is like every person is approachable on email, right? Usually, more or less, you will easily find, and with specifically if you use the tools which we will share today, so more or less everybody under the roof, you can reach out, you can find their email IDs and you can approach them, right? And even professionals who are not usually so approachable, they will also be available on emails, right? So basically you can reach out to them anywhere, everywhere in the world. So that is the first reason why we are using this technique. Now, second, and I will teach you how to write message. Like, see, context or template will be same, but email thing you can use in the message also when you are sending a message on LinkedIn or any other social media platform, maybe Twitter or somewhere else, right? So this will be useful. Then second is it is cheapest, right? And also most effective because see, the thing is, initially we don't want you to invest a lot on maybe advertising or having your business development or something like that for those specifically who want to develop their own business or consultancies or something like that, right? So this is very, very cheap, almost free, right? You can do it yourself. So you don't even need any resources for that, right? You don't need any assistants, any juniors, any other people, PR agencies, anything to bring leads to you, to bring clients to you, right? So this is very effective, cheap. You don't need resources, at least initially when you are starting. Now, if some of you are like, okay, I have money, can I do ads and this and that? I would still suggest that initially you don't do that. You work on these things. And then gradually, once you have certain clients, once you have that reach, once you have that kind of credibility, specifically in international market, right? See, initially you can spend money if you have in that, like if you have that in your pocket, but problem is people don't trust you initially, right? Person, right? That is why we will use this. Okay. Now, what do we need for cold emailing? Two most important things, right? Otherwise, rest will be like based on this only. One is past case studies. Now, some of you again might be like, sir, I'm just a student or I'm just a fresher. I don't have any experience, or sir, I had gaps right in my career because we were planning family, this, that, whatever. So because of that gap, I don't have past case studies, or I'm switching to something else. Earlier, I was doing something else, and today or now I'm planning to do something else. How I would have some case studies. So that is fine, guys. For now, you can ignore that part. I will tell you how to deal with this thing. But eventually in future, what we will do is that we will, like when you will learn certain things in the course, you will automatically get that approach, right? And you will already automatically make your past case studies also. I'm sorry guys if you have some sound from my background because like there is some function happening in my neighborhood. So I'm not sure. Is it like the voice is not coming from the background or music is coming? No music is coming, no? Okay, fine. Great. Okay. So past casework, if you don't worry right now. Within 2-3 months, you will make that past work for you. And somewhere you have to start. So don't get bothered because of that, right? And if you already have some past casework, I will tell you how to use it. If you don't have that, then how to handle the things in next 3 months at least till you make some past case studies or like some case studies for yourself, success stories for yourself, and which you can show to your next clients. That also I will tell you today. And then second point is pain point, right? It is very important for you to understand the pain point of your customer. Now, what is a pain point? Pain point is something basically which is a problem, right? So the person whom you are approaching, that person will always have many problems. Now, not every problem we can solve, but there would be certain problems which we can solve for them, right? Through our skills. So whatever problems which you can solve for them, right, through your skill sets or through your services or whatever, that is the pain point we are looking for here, right? So that problem or pain point you should know. Okay, that is very critical. Now, let's say some examples. For example, some of you are work from home mothers, right? So obviously you cannot leave your family and go for a regular job and do certain things, right? Despite having a lot of talent, despite having a lot of potential and everything, and despite having that zeal of working, still you might not be looking to go out and work. Then what you will do? So your pain point is like sitting in your home, you need some work while like and that should be flexible also, right, according to your family requirements and everything. Now some of you might be from small cities, not allowed to go out, and in big cities, or your family is settled somewhere else, maybe a boy or girl, anyone, right? And you cannot leave your ailing parents or whatever, right, and go to some other city. Then what you will do? So their pain point is like, I want something in my own city, so obviously I want something remote because there are no big organizations in my city and I'm not getting work, right? That is the pain point of that person. So these are few examples. Now, is it clear, guys? Can you write C or NC in the chat box? Clear, not clear? What is pain point? Superb. All of you are clear, right? Now, if you are clear, I want you to imagine a client, right? Even if you don't know anything, imagine a client which will be there, right, in future, which you want to connect with in future. And what kind of client you want to approach? Imagine that client and imagine a problem which they would be facing and which you can solve with your skills. And write that pain point in the chat box for me so that I can give you some feedback and I can understand you actually understood it or not. Otherwise, I'll explain it again. That is not a problem. Any pain point. Neha, I want you to write, imagine a client of yours, right, to whom you are approaching, you are writing, imagine you are writing an email or a LinkedIn message to one of your clients, right? Your potential clients, basically, first time, right? And they would already have some problem. So which problem you can solve for them, right? Any pain point. That is the thing. Okay, how to attract more customers? Yes. So basically, their pain point is not how to attract more customers, but their pain point is they don't have enough customers, right? That is the thing, Chanchal. Design a process. So Nisha, their pain point is like for certain things, they might not have a process, right? Obviously, you cannot make every process for them. There might be sales process, there might be operations process in the organization, marketing ka process might be there. A lot of things will be there, no? Process regarding what? So you have to be specific and then you will set that process, right? That is the thing. So they don't have a process. That is their pain point, basically. Now, suppose there is a new startup CEO who wanna do all his schedule by someone who can arrange his meetings or calendar management. So yes, Mridula, but this is what he want, and the pain point is like he don't have time, basically, right? So he don't have time or he need assistance to manage his work in a better way so that he can save some time, right? That is his pain point, basically. A good talent to complete work like someone good in English who can write or proofread. Yes. So basically, the person might not be proficient in English, right? That is his pain point, Preeti, right? So they are not proficient in English or they want a second opinion or whatever, right? Something like that. They might be struggling with that. So that is their pain point. A customer who just started the company need marketing. Yes, Sonika, but marketing to what extent? In which field? What kind of marketing, right? What kind of reach? In which countries? So they are struggling, right? Their pain point is not like they want marketing. Yes, different people will pitch marketing to them, right? Take my marketing services, take my marketing services, but their pain point is not that. And if you are not bang on the pain point, they will not reply to you because that might be related to what they want, but they will not reply to you, right? But if you write, okay, I have observed, I researched on LinkedIn, or I found or I got to know that you are struggling to find marketing people. Specifically, you are trying to reach out a specific market, let's say US market, right? You are in India, you are successful and you are trying to grab US market, but you are not getting it, right? For example, you are writing to me only, right? Now, I am very successful startup in India and now a listed company in India, but let's say I want to capture US market also for my edtech, right? You can say, I can see you don't have too many clients on like in US, and why don't you look for capturing US market, for example, right? And that is my pain point. So if it is my pain point, I would reply, right? That is the context, basically. So more or less, you people are clear, no, about this C or NC. I cannot give feedback to everyone. I'm so sorry, guys, because we have very short time. But hopefully, you people are clear, right? So pain point is not service which you can offer. You know marketing, you know sales, you know like maybe writing, content marketing, many things you would know. But these are services, right? These are skills. These are not pain points. Now again, the person needs something, right, in a better way, everything that is also fine, but what they are struggling with, that is the problem which you have to solve, right? That is called pain point, and that will be very very useful whenever we are drafting anything, right? So that is it. Just a second, guys. Okay, sorry. Okay. Now, what would be the process of writing cold emails? So obviously, we will first find out email addresses of people with using the tools which I have shared with you, which I will share basically with you. Then I will give you two templates, which I already mentioned. So I will tell you how to write introductions and body of that email and everything. If once you will customize that, you will send these emails in future through Mail Merge. Now, what is Mail Merge? Mail Merge is a tool available on MS Word also and Google Docs also, and it is used to send bulk emails, which right now you don't have to do. Initially, I request you for a month or two, or at least for first 10-20 clients, you send individual emails. Once you have good grip on it, then you start expanding and then you send bulk email, maybe 200 people on the go or whatever, right? So MailMerge is a free tool basically on MS Word or Google Docs or anywhere in these kind of things, where you will create a Google sheet or something like that, or Excel sheet, and you will put, let's say in one column you will write names, in another column their company name, another column something else, right? and then you will create one template, right? One email, and you will put certain brackets in which, like, let's say the client name, right? And then automatically it will put that name and it will write all the emails. It will customize all the emails so that you don't have to write same email again and again and write that name or everything, right? It will save your time basically. So it is a very basic tool which you can use later on. That also I am not teaching today, but I am giving you a context that ultimately you will use mail merge to send it. And during the course, you will learn it, or it is very easy anyways to learn, right? Now, here are the tools which you can use to find out anyone's email ID. I'm sharing it in the chat, but don't go and start watching these videos right now. Just keep it with you. Just keep these videos with you. These are self-explanatory videos, and if you cannot understand anything, my team would be there. They would assist you to understand whatever you want to know. Okay. And this will help you to find out email IDs of anyone you want, right? By anyone, like obviously not Joe Biden or Modi ji or something like that. But yes, like mostly, more or less everyone, right? So like whatever person you want to approach for your work as a client, right? Okay. Now writing the like, okay, right? This is first template which we are taking now, right? We are directly coming on that. Obviously, we will start with a subject line, specifically in the email. Whenever you receive an email on your Gmail or anywhere else, or Yahoo Mail or anywhere, usually you find a line written, right, on the main page of your inbox, right? Where you click, then you will read the mail. So if you watch that subject line, that is basically a subject line, right, which we write there. Now, subject line is very, very critical because we receive a lot of emails and we don't pay attention to every email. We don't click on it, right? It should be something which is clickable, right? Which compels a person to click, and then only they will read your email, and then only there is a probability that they will reach out to you, or they will give you a chance to interact with, right? So that is very, very important. Now, there might be multiple ways of writing a subject line, but what is the easiest way? So easiest way is to write a quick question which is related to their pain point, right? So for example, work from home mother, question mark, looking for remote jobs or looking for remote work, right? That is again question mark. That is a kind of subject line, right? From a small city, question mark, looking for remote jobs, remote work, something like that. Again, looking for freelance, that might be a question, right? So that is a complete question or set of two questions which you are sending to that person. If anybody is in that category, usually they will click on your subject line, right? Now, how to customize it? Some of you are not very good at English, right? Some of you might not understand how to write it properly or whatever. So there is a tool called ChatGPT. Most of you would know ChatGPT, right? And that is a free tool anyways, right? What you can do is, if you know pain point of your customer, you can go in ChatGPT and you can just write, see, I am trying to connect with, let's say, a startup founder, right? I am trying to connect with a startup founder, maybe running a AI startup, and they are struggling to find a great reach on social media, because of which they are not getting enough money, enough revenue, and they are struggling or whatever, right? Something like that. So this is their pain point. Now, can you write 10 subject lines for me using this pain point in question format, right? And it should be in somewhere around 25 characters, right? 25, 30 characters. So it will automatically write 10 subject lines for you in question answer form, right? Or in a question form, and it will give it to you. And then obviously you can pick and choose one out of them, whatever you like. And obviously, if you want, you can customize it also, right? Why 25 characters? Because usually that is what is visible on the screen. If you write a big, big subject line, that would not be visible to the person, and then they will not respond again, right? So it should be very small subject line. And if you are struggling to write it in 25 characters or 30 characters, that is when you will reach out to ChatGPT. If you are struggling with English, that is where you will reach out to ChatGPT and get it corrected, get it better. Okay, it will make your work easier basically. So that is a suggestion. If you can write it yourself, I have already told you how to write it. Otherwise, you can reach out to ChatGPT and do this. Kritika, no. It is not about getting labeled as spam unless you are sending bulk emails. That is why I am stopping you from writing bulk emails initially, right? You don't have to send bulk emails right away. That is why I am asking you to write individual emails to individual people, customized email initially to individual people, right? later on you will make a different email ID, a business email ID to send it, so that even if it is spammed, it is fine, right? Because obviously, if you send it to 100 people, not everybody will respond. 5, 10 out of them will respond, right? That is the context of cold email or cold message, right? So, yes. And if you are customizing it, if you are giving value to a person, usually it will not be marked spam, because if people are clicking on it, reading your emails, responding to it, Google algorithms will understand that yes, your emails are worth it, like they are not spam basically, right? It is targeted for certain people, which is fine, but that is the thing, right? Okay. Tina, I will tell you how to find out the pain point, right? Don't worry. First, understand the context, and then we'll teach about that also. Okay. Now, certain people use a word called clickbait for these kind of subject lines, right? So what is a clickbait? Something which compels you to click on it, right? A bait for a person, and the person cannot resist, and he or she will click on it, right? But then clickbait usually is used in a negative sense, which is not true in most of the cases. The thing is that it is negative when you are compelling that person to click on it, and when the person opens the email, something else is written, right? It is not even connected with that. So let's say I am writing work from home mother, need something remote, right? Or need remote jobs. And then if you open the email, it is writing about something else only, right? Some products or some beauty products or something like that. Obviously, you would not respond to it, no, or you will not like it, because it is like something else only. So then it is negative. But whatever you have mentioned in your subject line, if your email is so see, high name, and why we have put these kind of brackets, because later on when you will use mail merge, you can automatically, as I said, it will automatically pick up all the names, right? Their company name and everything else, right? Your agency name or whatever. So whatever you will put in that Excel sheet, it will automatically extract that and put it here. So you will write only one email, and it will customize everything for you, and you can just paste it in the like in your compose email box, and you can send it, right? So basically, you can send bulk emails using that. And there are obviously many other tools also, but that is the thing. Now we are directly coming on the first line, which is the intro line in this case. Now, came across your name while looking for your for contacts in your at your company, maybe on LinkedIn or somewhere else, which is a very common line that doesn't need much attention. But second part of this line, definitely a fan of what you do. Now, in this case, this is a very general line. You can obviously customize it, or you should always customize it as far as possible. But then you have to remember, you have to write, and specifically if you're writing individual emails, this is where you connect with that person personally, right? So what would be your green tie in this case, right? That was the first slide, right? So what would be your green tie in this case? So you might customize it. You can write something flattery about that person, but you always have to remember that it should be truly worth praising for that person, right? It should not be something random. Now, for example, let's say again, if let's say I write a lot of things on LinkedIn about educating students, right? How they can make their college life better, how they can start making their profile in their college or something like that, right? And you got to know about it. You went on my LinkedIn and you got to know about it. So what you will write? Definitely like a fan of what you do, right? On or fan of how you inspire students on LinkedIn and encourage them to start making or building their profile, so that they have a prosperous career, established career immediately after they get graduated or something like that, right? It should not be very long. But if in short also you can write what I get to know as a reader, right? Or like when I read that email, is that okay, you have researched about me, you actually follow me, you know about me, right? And everybody want fans, right? Who doesn't like fans, right? Or who doesn't like someone who's observing me, who is researching about me, and who know in depth about me, right? That is the first place where you connect with the person. But if I'm not active on LinkedIn, let's say, and you randomly wrote it to me, what will happen? I will not read the whole email, right? Because I will get distracted and I will see, okay, this person is writing something like, or it was meant for someone else, or they have taken a template and copied and pasted and sent to me, right? So obviously I will not respond. So that is why this first line is very critical. And second part of first line, if you can customize, right, it will be very, very great. And you can do that for bulk emails also. If you are finding out, let's say, some startups, right, or some startup founders or CEOs which have similar kind of pain point, and if you have a good grip on it, that is where the why I'm saying initially you start writing individual emails, and eventually you will have good grip, then you would know how to customize it. But just to give you a context, right, if you know the similar pain point, you can tell them that, okay, whatever they are doing, no, you can customize about it. Or if not pain point, if they are doing like certain things would be always common amongst people, no. So you can say, you can write something customized regarding that, which will apply to every one of them. And then in that case, they will believe that you have written an individual email to them. Not that you have actually written an individual email, but it should appear to them as if you have written a individual personal email to them. And that is where person starts connecting with you. So that is second place where you will grab their attention and you will try to take it forward, right? Then we are coming on the body. But before that, the introduction part is clear, no? The first line part, everybody is clear? C or NC? Yes, Urmila, it should be relatable. That is the thing. Volina, yes, recording would be available, right? Recording, PPTs, everything would be available on your LMS, so don't worry at all. We are not thinking that you will learn everything in one go. This is the first time you are having a session, so obviously you will need multiple attempts, multiple practice sessions and everything. You will do the practice, you will send emails or messages to people, you will fail multiple times. Don't worry, you will come back to your mentors and they would be available and they would help you to make it better, right? So don't worry. Okay. Now everybody is clear, right? So now I'm coming on this body part. And it has three parts basically, right? First part is I am working with the agency, a Los Angeles based full service digital agency. Now here is we like we are taking an example of a digital agency. You might be taking example of a lot of other things, right? Now, if directly you are actually working somewhere or you are running a agency, your own agency or consultancy or something, obviously you can use this line. But for those who are already working somewhere else and you don't want to disclose that, right? Or you are a fresher or you are a student and you have not worked anywhere else, right? This is where we are putting our case studies. This is where we are putting our experience, right? In the email, we are telling the person what we do. But then if you don't have that, that is not a problem. If you're a fresher student, you don't have any experience, you don't want to disclose your experience, whatever, you can just say, hi, I am a freelancer and I do like I offer some digital services or whatever, right? Or some website creation services or e-commerce platform creation services or something like that, right? Or I help to create blogs, I help with content marketing or something like that, whatever, right? So basically, you can customize it in that way. Okay, that is the first part. Now, second, we have worked with such and such company creating a new web portal with custom e-commerce platform. That is the second part. Now, in this case, if you have already worked, great, right? You can mention that. After 2-3 months, anyways, you would have those case studies, so you will mention that. But initially, if you don't have it, or if you have it but you don't want to mention it, that is absolutely fine. What you can do is, here is some sample work, right? Or like here is what I have, like, or you can make some customized work for them also. For example, let's say you find something is missing on their website, right? Or let's say you found that their blog is not so active, or their LinkedIn profile is not so active and they are not working on it, right? So you can say, here are few messages which I have written for your LinkedIn profile, right? Here are a few, 3, 4, 5 messages which you can use for your LinkedIn profile. If you want, I can customize it for you also. That is like free of cost anyways, as a goodwill gesture to get into a network with you, right? That is the thing. Or you can say, here are few blogs, like 2 blogs or 3 blogs I have written for you, which you can upload on your website. If you want, I can customize it for you also, right? But then you are directly approaching them with some sample work, or you are saying that this is what I have done for you and you can use it. So that is very, very good way to create network with those people, right? And they would be very happy to use that. obviously, right? Because they need it. And then obviously in future, you can get into the contact and you can take paid work also. Obviously, you can discuss commercials later on. Now, I'm not saying that do free of cost services for everyone. This is just for like initial days, right? For first 4, 5, 10 clients and for first 1 or 2 projects for them, right? Not unlimited projects, not nothing, anything else, right? Maybe for 1 month or 2 months, you will do this. By that time, you will have enough clients, or even if not clients, you will have testimonials from them, right? Don't forget to take testimonials from these people, recommendations, testimonials, references, ratings on your different platforms, right? Whatever you can take from them, feedback, take it, right? And use it later on. So this will help you to create your credibility, initial level of credibility, and that you can show to your future prospective clients and get work from them, right? So that is our purpose initially. That is why we are offering certain samples or free work to them or free blogs or something. Now, eventually you will be experienced. So obviously you will not offer anything free, right? But that is later on. Okay. So that is the second part. And I have told you how to use it. Now, some of you might have worked, but you would have worked with some different kind of people. So let's say today you have already worked with the e-commerce platform, and today you are connecting with a AI platform to create their website, right? So then what you will do? So in that case, you will say we have already worked with lot of startups, right? At initial stage, just like you, right? And we have helped them to create websites which brought them such and such results, right? I will come on that result part later on, which is the third part. But basically, that is the context, right? You will tell them we have already worked with startups, but then again, you will connect with their pain point, right? So we have made websites or built websites for certain startups who were struggling to get more and more clients or enough reach or enough footfall on their website or whatever. And with that, they got such and such results. That is the context basically. Okay. Everybody is clear about this, no? C or NC? Clear? Superb. Not clear, Mridula? Okay. No. Krishna. Krishna is saying not clear. Okay. Everybody else is clear? See, Krishna, what we are doing is there are 3 parts of the body, right? First part is, okay, Dipali, I'm explaining again. It will take only 2 minutes. First part is very simple, right? What you do, that is what you are writing. Okay. Now you might be already working there, or you might be running your own consultancy or something. Then obviously you will write about that only, right? But if you don't want to declare that, if you don't want to disclose anything about that, or if you don't have any experience because you are a student or a fresher, what you will do is you will just write, hi, I am a fresher doing such and such work. So let's say I am a freelance content creator. I am freelance content marketer, right? I am, let's say, like strategic HR, freelance strategic HR. I am so and so and so on and so forth, right? That is the thing. Now, second part is where you are telling them what you have done already, right? So your achievements, your case studies, which some of you might not have. So if you have some case studies, you will say, I've already done such and such work for such and such people. That is it, right? But if you don't have that because you are a student or a fresher, then you will say, here is my sample work, right? How you will customize this part? By saying, here is some sample work which I have created and which can be used for your platform, right? Or here is some work which I did specifically for you. Here are few blogs which I have written for you, or here are few messages, LinkedIn messages which I have written for you, and you can use it for free. So either some sample work which is not usable by them, but you are giving them a context that, okay, this is what I can do, right? Maybe like, let's say some website. Now you have not created a website for them, but you can say, here is a sample website which I have created. And obviously I can, like for a platform like yours, and I can customize it for you, right? If you want. So that is the thing. So that kind of sample also you can send, or 1 or 2 or 3 links of some sample websites which you have created on some maybe AI platforms or whatever. So you can tell them, this is what I have created and I can create the same for you. Or otherwise you will write some blogs or some messages or something like that. And you can tell them that, okay, see, this is what you can use for your future posts or whatever. And I can help you to get active on these platforms on whatever, right? Hopefully now this is clear. Yes, Dipali, it is fine if you are not working, if you have a career gap or anyone has a career gap, then also you can use these tricks, right? And the third thing is if you have worked, but not with exactly the similar kind of platform or somebody. There you just have to focus on pain point, and not that I have worked with e-commerce platform. Like for example, like in this case, right? You will not specify the e-commerce platform, but you will specify the context, right? You will say, I have already worked with startups, right? Or platforms like you, and I have helped them to build websites which are dealing with the same pain point which you are dealing with, right? Now, obviously, the language will change. You will not write dealing with same pain point, right? You will write about that pain point. So, for example, their reach was not enough, their footfall on that website was not enough, and we have created a website which gives them better footfall as compared to whatever you are getting right now. So that is the thing. Okay. Hopefully now it is clear for everyone. Now, third part, which is very, very important, enabling them to sell direct to customers for the first time and expanding their market worldwide. So basically, what result you are bringing. Third part is about result, right? And if you can add certain statistics in it, you can add certain data in it, it will be even better. So, for example, expanding their market worldwide, instead of that, you can write expanding to 10 more countries, 5 more countries, if possible, right? If you can specify, or have a better reach there, what kind of direct customers they are getting, how many additional customers, maybe 10 to 20, 30% additional customers they are getting, or additional footfall. But that is also not enough sometimes, right? See, it is very easy these days to manipulate data, right? So let's say to increase footfall, I can do certain things which will bring more traffic to that website. But that doesn't mean it is a relevant traffic. They are relevant clients or prospective clients, and that doesn't mean it will give me money, right? So if you are doing this for me, for example, that doesn't mean, and if I am experienced, I would get to know about it, right? So, okay, you increase footfall, but then with that footfall, has the revenue increased for that person, or cost of acquiring certain customers decreased for that person, right? If you can specify those kind of statistics, it will be absolutely fine. It will be good, right? It will be great. It will give you better reachability, and the person will immediately respond, right? That is the thing. Okay. So now again, once again, I'm asking, is it clear to everyone the body part? Because on the next slide, I will make you do it, right? I will give you a template and you have to do it then, so that you can practice and we can understand if it is clear or not, right? And I will give you feedback also. Some of you, not all, but yes. Okay, super. Then last part is just like call to action, which is like reaching out, because we have helped several great companies similar to your company or similar to your startup, or already I have helped several CEOs like you, founders like you, whatever, right? With their mobile apps or website or blogs or anything else, right? For their content creation, for their recruitment, for whatever, right? Whatever you are doing. So for that, and wanted to see if you are open for discussions. I can share certain slots, right? If you are open for a quick call, can I share some Zoom slots or Zoom call slots, or can I share some maybe like other, right? Google Meet slots or whatever, right? That is what you are writing. So basically, last part is very common, not technical. That is call to action. I am not explaining that too much, right? To save time. The most important part is introduction and body. And we are right now practicing the body, right? Now, till I'm explaining this, I want you to start writing in the chat box using this template, right? Right now, you might not have experience, you might have career gap, you might be a fresher or whatever. It is fine, guys, right? Just imagine that you are 3 months forward, right? In future, and you have already worked with us, you have already learned certain skills, right? And you already have certain case studies. Just imagine that for the time being to practice, so that you get to know about it and you get acquainted with this, and think like, okay, you have already worked. So you will say, we have worked with some similar companies. So imagine a client, right, to whom you are approaching with email, and then you have already worked with similar clients. So write about that, right? In this company segment, you will write, I have already worked with similar companies or startups or founders or CEOs or some people like you, and then with what you have helped. So I know today you might not have helped anyone, but imagine you have already helped, because in next 3 4 months you will help certain people. So imagine that and put it here that I have already helped certain people, and then what you enabled them with, right? What kind of results you have enabled them with. That is what you will write. Okay, so basically results. In this you will write that. So please start writing that in the chat. And I am explaining that with the example also. We have worked with Walmart to design and develop their website, right? So basically, we have worked with what? A company name, right? I'm putting Walmart here. Then to design and develop their website. So this is what you built for them. Now you can do many other things for them, right? That is the thing. Sonika, not subject line or anything else. Right now, you focus on body, right? Focus on body. Yes, the subject line might work, but we are not writing subject line right now because that you can deal with chat GPT or everything. Body is very important, right? So use this template and write the body so that you will get some feedback also and you will get better at it. Okay. And practice will always make you better. Don't worry. Even if you do a bad attempt, it is fine, guys, right? Because that is why you are here. If you are perfect, then why you are here in this course, right? You are not perfect. You want feedback. That is why we are here, right? So please attempt. And sometimes we think we know, but when you will get feedback, no, then you will realize that yes, certain things were missing. So please attempt it, right? Okay. So you have worked with a company, then what you have worked with, what you built for them, and then which has led to a 35% increase in purchase and 10% increase in repeat visits. As I said, this is the statistics, like result with statistics, basically. So you are writing them, right? And if you can add, this is also not complete as per me. This is just a template or example which we are taking. But yes, led to 35% in purchases, 10% in repeat visits. If you can write about reduction in cost price, cost of acquisition, increase in revenue, something like that, it would be even better. Now, I'll start giving feedback. I'll give feedback to only one or two people. If you need personal feedback, you can contact my team also later on. Or after the session is over, you can just copy and paste it again, and I will give feedback to you personally also, right? But right now, I will give you like only one or two people some feedback because we have to conclude on time, right? Okay. Preeti is writing, I have worked with immigration companies to help draft and design customized letters of. So if you can write specifically what kind of visa ratio, right? Or what increase, let's say they had 1:10 ratio, now they are getting 4:10, that has increased, right? Or whatever. By what percentage it increased or anything, it will be even better. And don't take my feedback like otherwise, guys, I'm just adding certain things, right? These would be great attempts, I know, anyways. Okay. Manju, that is what I explained. How does introduction will work for a fresher, right? I already told you what you will write. You just have to write, I am a fresher, right here. I am a fresher doing such and such work, and that is all, right? Then your case study also, you would say, here is my sample work, or this is what I have already done for you, and we can talk about it. Then the person will not even think about like what you do or like you are a fresher or not, right? If he is getting some advantage from you, then anyways, it is fine for them, no? If they have cost advantage or anything. That is the thing. Okay, Kritika. We have worked with the industry leaders to design their social media campaign. But okay, and it has led to 35% in increase in repeat visits along with 12% rise in sales. Great attempt, Kritika. But then again, industry leaders, right? That is again vague. So if you can clarify what kind of industry leader or which industry leader, it will be better. Or if you want to make it vague only because you have not worked with similar people, then at least you have to take something common between them, right? Either like, okay, if they are in AI industry, then you have to specifically mention AI, or if like, okay, they both are startups, you have to mention that, okay, at least one is e-commerce startup, another is AI startup, another is SaaS startup, another is something else. You can say that I have already worked with certain startups, right? Or something like that. Just writing industry leaders might be very vague because there are a lot of people, right? That is the thing. And then again, social media platform, okay, but it would be different for different people, no? And you might not be specialized in whatever I am doing. So if you connect it with pain point of the person, then it makes it very, very easy for you to to get a response from that person, basically. Otherwise, it would be like, okay, fine, you helped with some social media campaigns, but why it will work for me, right? Why should I believe that it would work for me? So that is the thing. Okay. Now, this is Chanchal writing. We have worked with cloud computing experts to design and develop the Hindi learning website, which led to increase their purchase of 10%. Good attempt, Chanchal, right? You have mentioned where you have worked and then what you have helped them with, and then what kind of results you got from that, right? But then you can add more statistics in this, right? Okay, purchases increased, but before purchase has increased, obviously their reach would have increased, right? Their footfall would have increased, their cost of acquisition would have decreased, maybe, possibly, right? Because they don't want, like, specifically, if you can write about cost of acquisition, see, you don't have to stick with whatever we have written on the screen or in our template, right? You have to apply your mind and you have to think how the person will think, right? So, okay, if you are spending, let's say, 10 lakh rupees and bringing me 12 lakh rupees in, right? That doesn't matters for me, right? So if you can specify that, in fact, I have helped them to reduce their cost of acquisition of leads and increase their sales or revenue or like whatever purchases and all, that will attract that person, right? If you are increasing my budget and I am not looking to push on my budget, I will not respond to you. That is the thing, right? So the more elaborate you are, the better it is, right? And again, as I said, it is a great attempt. I am just elaborating. I am giving you better feedback so that you can improvise on it. That is it. But otherwise, it is a great attempt. And yes, with purchases, their revenue would have increased, whatever margins would have increased. If you can specify certain more things, it will be better. Okay, great guys, right? So I have already given some feedback and I can see a lot of messages here and most of you have attempted well, but I am very, very sorry because I cannot give all of you feedback here. Otherwise, it will take a lot of time. So what I request here is you copy and paste it and later on take feedback from my team or wait for the session to get over and then I will stay here for you and you can again copy and paste it in chat. I will give you feedback that time, right? If you want it from me, both ways works, right? But right now we will proceed. We will go on the next template, right? Because I have to explain one more template to you. Okay. But now, is this clear to you guys? Is this clear to you? C or NC in the chat box, please. Everybody is clear, right? I have given some feedback also about how to improve it. So you are clear about improvisation also, right? Super. Okay, great guys, right? Let's proceed. Now, second format. It is again very, very important format because we are directly starting with the problem. There we started with what? Something, writing something flattery which is truly worth praising, right? Here we are starting with their problem. Now, usually people instantly gets attracted when we write about their problem, right? But we are not stopping there. We are agitating them, right? In the second point, we are agitating them. So we are poking them, we are irritating them, we are writing something which irritates them, right? But in a positive way. And I will tell you how to irritate them in a positive way. But yes, so we will agitate, irritate, poke that person so that we can grab their complete attention, right? And if we can get that attention, it becomes very easy for us to proceed with everything, right? Then we will offer them a solution and then we will introduce ourselves in very short that, okay, I am so and so person doing such and such things. And that is it, right? And I can give you some slots, which will be call to action, right? If you want to interact and if you want to work on it with me. And then mail merge part, I have already explained, so I'll not explain it again, right? Now let's take the example here. Again, that subject line I have already explained, not explaining it again. Now, hey Mike, notice that Acme Real Estate Twitter account would use some work because you have less than 1,000 followers and obviously you can see it too, right? So I am talking about their problem, right? And you can use different wordings, different language, different way of writing. Here we have taken example of a real estate developer or a real estate agent or someone, right? And this person is struggling to have enough followers, right? And then we are poking that person. We are irritating or agitating that person by further writing, heard that a competitor of yours have recently closed a $10 million deal from a lead generated from their Twitter account or from their social media, and figured that you might also be looking to get in action, right, on this. So that is what you are looking for, correct? So basically what we are doing, we are writing about their problem, which is in this case, social media reach. Then second, we are telling them that your competitors are going ahead of you, or they are taking certain advantages or benefits, which you are not taking, which you are not getting, right? So that you are writing, and then you are writing, like pushing them to get on work, right? Now, usually any person, like there is more probability for a person to react on these kind of emails as compared to the first one, right? There is more probability on this. So that is the thing. And then last part is again call to action only. I have managed dozens of corporate Twitter accounts, or I have managed this, that, whatever, and would love to do the same for your organization, startup, real estate agency, whatever, right? Mind if I can give you some slots and we can get on a quick Zoom call or chat or something like that, right? So this is what you are doing. So very important, start with a problem, which is again that pain point, right? If you know their pain point, you will write about it. Okay, I can see I visited your LinkedIn, I visited your website, I researched about you, and I found that here is where you are struggling, right? Or otherwise, you can get better with such and such things, right? Whatever you are doing, you can get better with that. Okay, or you are missing out something. Basically, what you are saying in the second part also, you are telling them that, see, you are missing out something which is available, and your competitors or other people are taking advantage of that situation, and you can also do something better. You can also work less hard and do some smart work or do certain things and get better results in your life or in your organization or for your organization, right? So that is what you are telling them, and then you are asking them to connect with you and give you work or take your services or something like that. Now, is this clear, guys? Anybody not clear about it? C or NC? Sonika, it depends totally on you, right? If you feel like it is on instinct also, that where you use first thing and where you use the second template. My preference usually would be maybe like second template, because then if directly I'm coming on the point, right? This template is like directly coming on the point, talking about their problem and then how other people are getting advantage, and then there is some solution available about it, right? And they can directly get some results. Usually person will respond. So I will use this, but then different people have different preferences. Some of you might prefer that first one also. So it depends, right? I am teaching you both, and there might be many different templates. But here our target is to use two best out of them so that you get initial results. And once you start getting clients, whatever is working for you or in the industry where you are trying to get clients from, that will be better. So you have to try and test also sometimes, right? It is not like this is better or that is better. You have to try and test whatever works for you. It is great, right? It depends on your personal nature also and the kind of clients you are approaching. Both is the thing, right? Now, Ridhima is asking, can this offend people? Answer is yes and no, Ridhima. If you are writing something wrong, right? Or if you are writing something in a negative way, definitely it will offend people. But here, the trick is we are writing it in a positive way, right? And the trick is that we are trying to agitate them. So basically, we are trying to offend them to an extent, right? Not to a level that they are very like offended, like to a level that they don't even want to interact with you or they find you as a bad person, right? But yes, to an extent, not like 100% offense. 1% offense we want to do. That is what we want here, right? Because if we don't offend them, even that 1%, we don't poke them and tell them that, okay, this is where you are missing out, they will not respond, right? So this is the trick which we are playing with them. I So usually it is used in the negative sense only, right? It appears as if we are doing something wrong, but actually we are not doing something wrong. We are providing them a solution, right? So you have to think in that way. But yes, kind of or sort of it is a trick only which we are trying to play with them to get their attention. That is the thing. Okay. How we will get to know about the client's pain point? Krishna, I'll tell you. Don't worry. After we conclude this slide, I will tell you how to find these people, where to reach out to these people, and then I will tell you how to find their pain points also. Don't worry. To an extent, right? At least initially, how to do that, I will tell you. Don't worry. But is this clear or not clear, right? Anybody not clear? You have mentioned it is clear, but everybody clear, right? Anyone not clear? Okay, super. Great, guys, right? So let's proceed on the next part. It is just about writing about their basically some like poking them, but don't worry, you will practice, right? And start practicing, start taking feedback from your mentors. You will get to know better about it. I'm skipping one slide, guys, because I've already explained that, right, in some other example, so this is not relevant. Now, how to find these startups? What you can do is, how many of you know about incubators or concept of incubators? Okay, many of you know and many of you don't know about it. No issues. See, incubator is a place. Basically, there are a lot of investors. And now investors is like there are few rich people. They have extra money. They want to invest somewhere, right? And they want maximum growth of their money, maximum multiplication of their money, right? Now, because they have money, and where will they get maximum growth? In fast growing startups, right? If I invest, let's say, 1 crore rupees in a startup, right, which is a fast growing startup, and this is exactly the same concept of a Shark Tank, right? Accelerators and incubators are almost same. Yes, same, Shreya, right? Almost same. So now what I'm doing, like it is very similar to Shark Tank concept, which is like these people have money. They want to invest in startups. Why? Because startups will grow fast. If I'm investing 1 crore rupees, the startup will grow maybe like 3, 4, 5 times within a year only. And my 1 crore will become 3, 4, 5 crores within a year itself, right? Maybe more than that also, because I am investing in a startup. Obviously, there is a chance that the startup might collapse and I might lose all my money. But then that is the risk I want to take as an investor, right? So there is a group of investors coming together on a platform, and that platform is called incubator, basically, where they are investing money and they are giving like some guidance, mentoring also to that startup, so that they can grow in a controlled environment. And then we are ensuring that actually these people will grow and my money will also grow, right? That is the thing. And obviously, many startup owners, founders, CEOs, these people will come on these platforms. They will pitch their ideas and they will try to raise fundings. Why? Because they also want to accelerate their growth, right? They want to fast forward their growth. They want money for it, right? If they go on the regular pace, because they don't have money, they will have to compromise on certain things and they will get slow. But if they get funding, they can hire more people, they can hire better talent, they can give better salaries to people, they can invest on certain softwares, this, that, whatever, and on their marketing, obviously, right? And they can get better reach, better clientage, better money, better like whatever, right? Everything will be better for them. So in return, they will give some equity also to these investors, maybe like some shares, some share of their equity to these people, maybe 10%, 5%, 2%, depends basically, right? How much they are raising and what is the value of that startup. But that is the thing. Yes, Shraddha, incubator is usually regarding a child where there is a protected like basically a system where the child is kept and they save that child from like maybe some bacteria, this, that, whatever, right? So that is the incubator, but the same is used for startups also, because these people are investing in the startup, they are giving the money also, and they are guiding the person also, and they are helping them to ensure that they grow, right? That is the thing. Yes, Gosha. Newborn babies are kept in incubators. So the same concept applies to startup. Now, why we are going to startups? All of you are clear about now the incubator concept, right? Incubator and why startups are going there, right? Now, why we are going on incubators? Because we want to find out some early stage, fast growing startups. Why? Because they are the people who will give you work. They will be your initial level clients. They are desperate. Big startups, big organizations, they would have in-house people, they would have employees, they would have enough resources to hire great employees or great consultancies or organizations or firms, and from there they can take services, right? But small startups, they will always have limited fundings, they will always have limited resources, and they need experienced people, but they will not find them. It is very difficult for them to hire people like you, right? For those people. So if they are like they are desperate, to find people like you. And if you can offer those kind of services to them, then it is win-win for both of you. And that is why we are approaching high potential, fast growing initial stage startups. That is the thing, right? And you can research about them on Google also, but it would take a lot of time for you. So why to waste that time when incubators already have done that for us, right? So if we go on incubator website, obviously before putting their money in a startup, they would have researched about them, right? They would have ensured that this is a high potential startup. It is a fast growing startup. That is when they will invest in them, right? That is when they have already ensured basically, right? About everything about that startup. So this is what you want. Okay. Hopefully you people are clear about it. Now you can do this for any country. Let's say we are trying to find out incubators in USA. Now you can see these kind of blogs will be there. You can click on them and you can just scroll down and see here. For example, this Y Combinator. Now, Y Combinator is one of the world's largest and obviously US's largest incubator. So I'm going on their website, and these people have funded many big startups which you would already know. For example, let's say Airbnb, Coinbase, Dropbox, these kind of startups also were funded by them. Now, whenever you will land on the website of any incubator, you will find something like this: company, startup directory, list of alumni, alumni group, list of companies, something like that they would mention, right? So you will click on that and you will always land on a page like this. Now, as I said, these big startups, which are now big, right, were sometimes a startup at a baby stage incubated by them, right? Dropbox, Airbnb, all that. Now, when we are here, there are filters. Now tell me, what kind of startups should I approach? Big or small? B or S? Should I approach big startups like Airbnb and all, or small? Yes, all of you are very, very clear, right? Small startups, because they are desperate. They want to take our services. These people would have resources, in-house teams. They have resources to hire other people also, to hire agencies also, right? They don't need you. But small startups will always need you who are at baby stage. So I am going on their winter 2024 batch, summer 2023 batch, and winter 2023 batch. Latest three batches, basically, right? Latest three batches of their startups. Now, what else I can do? I can like segregate them for like some specific specialization or something like that also. But that I'm not doing right now. I will do this another filter, 5 to 25. Now, you can go up to 50 also. Why 5? Because initially less than that, people would be doing their own work. They might not need your services, right? They might be at ideation stage. They might be at very baby stage where they don't need your services. And beyond 50, they will be so big that usually they might not need your services, at least when you are at initial stage, right? These are international startups. They don't know you. They are not desperate. They will not be looking to take certain risks with you, right? So they might not give you work, but initially they don't have any choice. So what they will do? They have to do cost cutting. They need to get the work done, right? And big people or big freelancers or better like organizations, firms, consultancies, they would not be ready to offer services at the price they want. So that is why these people will be desperate and they will come to you. Okay. So that is why I have taken 5 to 25. Now you can go on any one of them. Let's say this one. Now you can see their website, their details, everything is mentioned. But why we are here for this? Their social media profiles, right? You can see, you can go on their Twitter, for example. Now you can see his mailbox is open on Twitter. So how to write it, you already know. You will write it, you will customize it, and you will put it here, right? You will just copy and paste it here. What if Twitter is not open? You can go on their LinkedIn. And if you find this arrow option here on the message box, which means that LinkedIn is open, and you can again write that message which I have already told you, you will copy and paste it, send it here, right? Subject line is also there, right? So put subject line and subject and put a message and send it. Now, what if this is also not open? Then you will click on this more option. Then you will click on this connect option and then this add a note option. Okay. And here you can write up to 200 characters. You can see I don't have a premium paid account and this person is not in my network, right? He's not my first connection, but still I can send message to these people. Okay. This is clear, guys. How to find these people, how to send messages to these people. Everybody clear? Anyone not clear? Okay, superb, right? And this you can do for any country. Incubators in UK. See, again, blogs are there. You can go on Incubators website and you can find them. Incubators in Canada. Any developed country is fine, right? See, right? Incubators in Dubai. Again, they have a government website also. Just like we have Startup India in India, they also have a government website. And then obviously there are other incubators. So you can reach out to them. That is the thing. Okay. Now, how to do this for India? There are two websites. One, as I said, is Startup India. So you can go on this Startup India website. This is government website, Government of India's website. You can go on this network option and this startup option, right? Click here. Now there are around 3 lakh startups. It is still loading. I'm not sure why it is not there. Let me refresh. So guys, there is some technical glitch. Sometimes there are technical glitches in Indian websites, but usually it is a good website, right? You will find here, instead of zero, somewhere around 3 lakh startups is mentioned. But unfortunately, it is not popping up right now. You can filter these with industry, sector, stage, even your city, right? For example, if I am from Ajmer, let me try that if that is coming. There are no results, right? It is not showing. So right now it is not there. But if you will type your city, you will most probably get a startup from your city also. Like for example, somewhere around 500 startups are there from Ajmer. Right now, for different cities, usually you will find different startups, but more than 100 usually. If not for your city, you will find a lot of startups from your district at least, right? For every district, there are lots of startups. And I will show you another website where you can do this. So let's say your story, right? This is it. Now, this is also for India, right? You can go on this company option. Then you can click on this browse startups. Now here is all these startups, right? But you cannot see any filters here, right? Because again, there is a technical glitch. What you will do, you will write name of a startup here. Now, the moment this pops up, you will get the filters also, right? You can see all these filters. So now I will close this, right? I will click on this cross. I will close this and all these startups are there, right? And I have these filters. So what I will do, I will click on this employee count descending. So all these startups having less than 10 employees are here, right? I can click on these things, right? Let's say e-commerce platform, right? And then I will go for seed. Now, why seed? Again, because pre-seeding or anything else, ideation stage and all, they are very, very small. They might not need your services. And if you go for series A, B, C, D, that you can go for later on, right? When you are already recognized, you already have some clients, you are big enough to approach those people, it is fine. Otherwise, these people can afford better experienced people. They might not reply to you initially, right? So that is why initially I'm taking seeded startups and you can click on any one of them. For example, this one. Now again, their details are there. All their company profiles are here. Their founders are here. You can click on them, go and approach them. His email box is also open. So that is great, right? And you can reach out to them directly. Now, coming on the point of how you will find their pain point, right? So see, you will go and check his, let's say, activities, right? What activities this person is doing. For example, now this person is not very frequent on LinkedIn, right? 3 months back, he wrote one message. 5 months back, another. 6 months back, another, right? So basically, not even once